All right, you don't want to know how I acquired this? A real Freemasonic Bible, 1955. Earth. The earth was regarded as the universe itself, every other body, the heavens, sun, moon, and stars being subsidiary to it. There seem traces of the idea that the world was a disk, bordered by the ocean and Jerusalem as its center. Heaven. The Jews divided heaven into three parts: the atmosphere, where the clouds gather, the firmament, in which sun, moon, and stars are fixed, and the upper heaven, the abode of God and his angels.
All right, got something very interesting to share with you. You're going to want to stick around. This is the Gerardus Mercator map of 1607, and this is the Urbano Monte map of 1587. Urbano Monte was from Milan, Italy. Gerardus Mercator was from a Belgian province called Ruppelmonde. All right, now let me tell you what James Lee has to say about this. All right, the magnetic north is the center of the universe, of just one creation. And this is why on Google Earth, the North Pole is not shown, for if they did, they would see a hollow center with a magnetic core that directs the plasma cosmos of our sun and moon. The root races emanate outward like ripples in a pond. First, the Hyperboreans, a root race, then the Chaldean, Sumerians, then the Atlanteans, and now the Aryan epochs we are now in. All creation is expansive on an outward plane. Describing the geography of the polar region, Mercator wrote to John Dee, an English scholar and mystic, and who James Bond is named after in 007, that in the midst of the four countries, the four islands, is a whirlpool right here. Into which there empty the four indrawing seas which divide the north, and the water rushes round and descends into the earth just as if one were pouring it through a filter funnel, except that right under the pole there lies a bare rock, Rupus nigra, in the midst of the sea. Its circumference is almost 33 miles, French miles, and it is all of magnetic stone. Mercator shows the geography very clearly with the four islands separated by the rivers and the large magnetic rock sitting on the pole itself. So put all that shit together, right? You got Black Rock, Rupus Nigra. You got 33 miles in diameter, 33rd degree Mason. You got the magnetic mountain causing the sun and the moon to rotate around this plane, and all the seas dumping into this whirlpool in the center, which would cause the tides. Come on, guys, this is starting to make a little sense. This stupid thing!
Hey y'all, you ready for some more crazy NASA shit? Well, apparently there is an extra moon that is orbiting the Earth, and scientists think they know exactly where it came from. Now, you are more than welcome to read this lengthy piece of crap above me from that article, but I will shorten it for you. Basically, they say this chunk of rock came from our moon because they matched the shape to a crater on the moon. The only thing that I find really interesting about this is the fact that a lot of people during the solar eclipse showed with their videos that there was a double lens flare, and they themselves had no idea. I see that. That is two sources of light. Now it begins to make me wonder, are they going to start promoting this second moon as another moon in the sky, producing light? You know, the way they teach us, reflecting off the sun, but yet when you record it with a camera, it shines just like the sun. I think it's really weird, but that may be their way to debunk some of the videos we saw earlier. But anyway, I thought I'd let you know, and maybe you can let me know what you think about it.
It's cloudy today, so no sun gazing, but I thought I'd show you guys one of the coolest videos I've ever taken. For those of you that think that the sun is rising in half blocks because we live on a curve, why does this happen? I ask you, why does that happen? And why does this reflection come straight to me? Because that's not how things reflect on a ball. I'll tell you why. Because the sun isn't going below the horizon, it's just going out of your sight and only appears to go down because of how perspective works. So next time you have the ability to do this, give it a try. It's got to be a relatively low humidity day, because otherwise the humidity creates a lensing effect, like a magnifying glass. But if it's low humidity, wait till the sun's half up, or even a little up, and zoom in, and you'll see it's already up. It's just coming over. Have a good day.
So, there's a globe on the desk. It's pretty. It's nice. It's not accurate, though. And just so you know, I want you to read this. You got it, sweetie. Have a good one. Globes are not meant for educational purpose, but only decorative purpose. Do you know why that's on there? You know why this is not supposed to be used for education? Because it's fucking wrong, and it's You're not supposed to be teaching anyone that we live on this, because we don't live on this. This is inaccurate. This is a falsity. This is a NASA indoctrination. This is a Freemasonic satanic lie that everyone believes. And once you think you live on here, God flies out the window. Okay? You start believing in aliens, Bigfoot, space, and that we're going to Mars, we're going to the moon. All this stuff that's just nonsense. Remember, globes are not meant for educational purpose, but only decoration. Mic drop.
I got a lot of cash.
So if you guys know, I posted a TikTok about flat earth with a picture. This picture. What is so fascinating to me is that people literally get wounded up about this. Are you f***ing retarded? We're obviously not on a f***ing disc. I'm an engineer. I have a telescope. I looked. I know. It makes sense. It truly does. My point I'm trying to prove here is that they alter information. We have no idea what's real. They also control the entertainment industry. And in every fucking movie I've seen, it's always outer space. Like Gravity or Passengers or shit like that. They're always in space. I need to start astro fucking traveling or doing some shit so I can fucking get the answers right. I just don't want you guys to get overly consumed by this. Like, it's a nice debate, but like, does there need to be a conclusion for now? I do believe that the truth will come out eventually, whether it is facts or fiction. It's just fucking crazy, dude. Imagine if like that's not space beyond, you know? You don't know. Have you been? They faked the moon landing. Why wouldn't they fake everything else? You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to believe the moon is a hologram. But that's not for today, kids. So this might piss off some people, but guess what? I don't know everything. I don't have every answer. Posted a TikTok with that picture because it's just so interesting to see the vast possibilities of this shit we're in. Like, you have people who are fighting to say we're on a sphere. I'm not fighting. I'm just interested. Honestly, that picture to me is just like, it opens a new world of thoughts and like, whoa, could it be? Could it? But I'm not, excuse me? I'm not gonna lie that this whole flat earth thing makes a lot of fucking sense, and I saw a video. If I share it, I will probably get banned. But it has to do with like the elite leaders of the world, and like, oh my god, it makes so much fucking sense to my brain, dude. Because look, I also saw this picture, and this makes sense. The thing is, I know that they control the information we were taught. So if we were taught that we're on a fucking globe, is it true or is it altered information? I honestly bust my balls for too many things in life, so get out of it. So I'm not trying to bust my balls to determine whether the earth is flat or not. My soul probably knows, and when I get the out of here, I won't have to ask myself this question because it will not be important. I'm not trying to get to a conclusion of some sort. To me, this makes the most sense. Welcome to part 2 of things that can only thrive in the Matrix. Are you ready? I am so excited because this is the fucking movie theater. Yeah, I know. Disclaimer, there's nothing wrong with going to the movie theater. It is fun. It's just nice to know that, you know, it's kind of a tweaked concept. I went to the movie theater a few months ago and I decided to smoke some weed before I did. And when I walked in there, I was like, where the f*** am I? This is not natural. First of all, you walk in there and all they sell is shit food. The fake food, fake popcorn with the fake things that are just full of so much shit. Yes, it can be enjoyable once in a while, but if you know, and if you've woken up to how f***ed food is, you most likely won't eat what they serve. Like, I could not go in there and like order a Coke and Skittles. I could not anymore. I just can't. Nothing wrong with it. You can do whatever the f*** you want. There's just these smells that make you want to buy junk food, because eating junk food during a movie is fulfilling, satisfying. Yes, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, if we're being real, television was created to program human beings to perceive life a certain way, to almost make them feed into the same collective consciousness that like, oh, this is the way things are. And it is also to manipulate your emotions. If you watch a sad movie, you weren't sad before, but you watched a sad movie, so it manipulated your emotions to feel sad. Watching TV can be fine, or like movies, whatever, but if you're aware that its purpose is to like condition you in a certain way, but if you're not, then it works. Like, tell me all these people don't look like they're being brainwashed, you know, with like colors and imagery, like, and the next picture is just disgusting. No offense. I cannot even believe there were people who did this. Why? This makes me mad. Wearing a mask for 2 hours on your nose while there's no one sitting next to you, but just for the, what the f? Yeah, I would have never gone to movie theaters if mask requirements were a thing. Like, suck my ass. Television belongs to the Matrix. Like, the TV doesn't exist in nature. It's not a thing that just came to be, you know? And all the big movie corporations are all owned by the same big guys who have just one purpose, which is to alter your perception. And if you know how Hollywood is f***ed up, let's not even get into that. Celebrities selling their souls and shit, all these actors that are paid millions, but then I don't even want to talk about it. It's a fun outing once in a while, but unmatrix yourself. Just kidding. I just love that term. Let me know some things that you can think of that only belong to the Matrix, because this was like a really good one.
Alright, so in order for me to ever become a glober again, you're gonna have to turn all 200 plus verses in the Bible to make them fit the globe and not a flat earth. When they originally fit flat earth and not the globe, but you have to do mental gymnastics to make it fit the globe. But honestly, God's word aside, the amount of evidence that they're gonna have to sit there and prove that is not faked, it's not gonna happen. Not only is everything that they say a lie, but it almost contradicts everything that's in the Bible. Yahuwah told us he made 2 great lights, so I'm not sure how we somehow got to there's one great light and then there's a rock that rock looks like a light, but it's not really a light. It actually is stealing its light from the other light. You remember when the sun stood still in Joshua? I think that if that actually happened and the world was a globe, the earth, according to their science, is gonna go flying into the sun, right? Our friend Ryan looks at live flight patterns and they are always whackjack. Because they try to show you flight patterns that are on a globe, but they don't make sense where they're going or the flight pattern that they're taking unless it was a flat earth. Y'all remember in grade school when they told us that swinging a bucket full of water over your head is the reason why all the water stays on the earth, and that's not even remotely the same experiment? You got one half of the experiment where the water's in a container and it's being spun so that the water is pushed up against the back, and then you got a ball that's spinning and you expect all the water to stick to the ball. With the theory of gravity that can be explained with density and buoyancy. They cannot detect gravitational pull, and that is why it is still a theory, because they can't prove it. Y'all, and somehow they have people actually believing that these dudes drowned in space. By what water, sir? How could I forget about the space pool? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. There's no way it's a possibility that they were sitting there filming in a pool and then editing it to look like it's weightlessness in space. That's not a thing. And I really think it's none of our business, that they own the world's biggest animation studio and they're partnered with Disney. Then mind your business. Now, for all my Bible believers that actually believe that the world is a globe, two things. One, why didn't Yahuwah mention that he made planets and instead he called them wandering stars? And two, if he did make planets, what would be the purpose? What's the purpose of the solar system if we are the only life form? What's the purpose of it? Why do we need all these planets? So just chilling, taking up space for no reason.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Idialenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.